Have you ever looked at your life and realized nothing is actually wrong, but somehow it doesn't fit anymore? Maybe everyone around you still sees you one way, but inside you've changed. Or maybe you're changing. The hardest part isn't becoming someone new. The hardest part is letting go of the version of yourself that everyone expects you to stay. Today, I want to talk about that version of me, the one I spent years trying to live up to, and why letting her go has actually been one of the healthiest things I've ever done. Hey beauty, welcome back to Behind the Lash with Tammy. I'm Tammy Albanesi, founder of Beauty by Tammy, entrepreneur, educator, wife, mom, and someone who's learning that life doesn't always ask us to become more. Sometimes it asks us to become more honest. If you've ever felt guilty for changing, for slowing down, or wanting something different than you used to be, I think this episode is for you. For most of my adult life, I was the dependable one, the hardworking one, the one who figured things out, the one who said yes, the one who pushed through. I wore being productive almost like part of my identity. People complimented me for it. I complimented myself for it. Without realizing it, I stopped asking, is this still who I want to be? Instead, I kept asking, can I keep doing more? I have spent years building Beauty by Tammy. I started BBT in 2012. I decided to launch my Lash Academy to teach, and I did that in 2017. Alongside constantly working as a lash artist, I decided I needed to create products because my student needed reliable products to work with. So creating and launching my own product line in 2018, that was an endeavor in and of itself. I once had a bigger team, a social media manager, an IT manager, the graphic designer that is responsible for all the visuals that you see in my business, not to mention all the manufacturers of each product that I sourced myself and created myself. It was a team, but I wanted to ensure that I was still available to everyone, that I was reachable, that I wasn't just behind the brand, that I was working within the brand, and that anybody who had a question or a product inquiry, I was always available because I wanted to draw on my experience as a lash artist to help fellow lash artists. What this meant was that I was constantly hustling. I believed that hustle meant success. I loved every single minute of all those years of building. But I cannot deny that that hustle has gotten me to where I am today. And it's made me take a hard look, a good look at everything that's going on in my life, in my business, and making sure that, is this the direction that I want to move forward in this next stage of my life? Life has a funny way of forcing us to pay attention. Sometimes through disappointment, sometimes through exhaustion, sometimes through circumstances we would never have chosen. This past year challenged me in ways I never expected. It forced me to stop measuring my worth by how much I could produce. It forced me to ask who I actually was underneath all the doing. That question changes everything. You may have noticed that I took a step back from social media. Posting constantly and being a slave to the algorithm is not my idea or version of living my best life. Of course, social media is important. It gives you visibility. It reaches a wider audience. I'm not saying social media is bad, but I did notice the toll that constantly being on social media was having on me. So I had decided to take a step back from social media. And after this current session is over, I will be taking the summer off. I decided to take the rest of the summer off. By the time this episode launches and you're listening, I'll be in Vancouver. I can't wait to enjoy this beautiful city. I've always wanted to visit Vancouver ever since I was a kid. I heard it is so beautiful. It's like the perfect blend of nature and city life. Can't wait to see all the mountains. I'll be staying in Vancouver as well as visiting the Richmond area and the Victoria area. And so I'm very, very excited to see this beautiful city and visit my friends, and they're going to cook for me. And I can't wait to have my girls reunion and catch up. I'm so looking forward to really enjoying my summer. I've been craving simplicity after so many years of hustle, and that is causing me to simplify my business. I am taking a look at which areas of my business that no longer make sense for me. That's the reason why you may have noticed I've pared down my product line to just my two hero products, my beloved K-Beauty Canadian Heart Lash Extension Adhesives, Passion and Vision. The rest of my product line is on clearance. These are still wonderful products, but I've decided to pare down and simplify my business. So if you have a chance and you haven't checked out my website, take a look at the clearance products, because once they're gone, they are gone. I do not plan on relaunching them. And that's because I simply believe your lash adhesives is the single most important product in your lash extension business. If you do not have a reliable, dependable lash extension adhesive, it is literally the glue that holds your business together. It is the single most important product. If I had to pick one product to tell you that that's where you should be investing your resources in, it's ensuring that you have a high quality lash extension adhesive, because the glue that you are using near someone's eyes is of utmost importance and safety. I'm also learning to say no. This one is a really hard one for me. As mentioned before, I'm a people pleaser. I love making people happy, and saying no is so hard. It may come easy for other people, but it is so hard for me. I'm finally learning to set healthy boundaries and saying no, because I simply do not have the time or the resources to say yes. I'm also protecting my energy. Nowadays and these days, my energy is finite. I am finding that I only have so much energy, so much battery charge in a day. I'm finding myself questioning, is this person, or is this thing, or is this project worth my energy, worth me investing my time and resources? Because as my battery gets depleted during the day, I can't get that back. I can't get that energy back. So I want to make sure that my time, my focus, my energy is on the right things and the right people. I'm definitely realizing that success isn't the same as peace. I've been craving so much peace lately. I would say that it is the top of my priority. Those who are not giving me peace, people who are just attracted to drama, or people who bring negativity, you just have to learn to say no and cut these people out. Unfortunately, not everybody will wanting the best for you or on your side. I hate to say this, but you really have to look at the people that you surround yourself with. I always want the best for others. I just want everyone to be happy, and I want people to have the same peace that I crave. So if we're not aligned on those values, I would say healthy boundaries, set your distance, and limit your interactions, because nothing should cost you your peace. This was probably the hardest lesson. Letting go isn't failure. We think letting go means quitting. We think slowing down means giving up. We think changing direction means we failed. But what if it's actually wisdom? What if the old version of you got you exactly where you needed to go, and now she's allowed to rest? You don't have to hate your past self. You don't have to erase her. You can simply thank her and let her go. You can love who you were without staying her forever. That sentence is worth slowing down for. I don't have everything figured out. I'm still learning. I'm still rebuilding. But I know this. I care more about peace than appearances. I care more about health than hustle. I care more about meaningful work than constant work. I care more about relationships than proving myself. And I think that's a better version of success. Maybe you've outgrown something too. Maybe it's a career, a friendship, an expectation, a habit, a version of yourself that once protected you but doesn't fit anymore? If that's where you are now, I hope you know you don't need permission. You don't need to justify your growth. You are allowed to change. The version of you that got you here deserves gratitude, but she doesn't have to lead the rest of your life. Growth isn't becoming someone completely different. It's becoming more yourself. Next episode, I want to talk about something that completely changed how I think about business. Not how to grow faster, not how to work harder, but how to build a business that actually supports your life instead of consuming it. Because what's the point of creating success if you don't have the space to enjoy it? Thank you so much for spending part of your day with me. If today's conversation resonated with you, I'd love if you shared this episode with someone who's in their own season of change. And if you're enjoying Behind the Lash with Tammy, it would mean so much if you followed the show and left a rating or review. It really helps more people discover the podcast. You can also stay connected through my newsletter and find everything I'm working on at beautybytammy.ca. Until next time, take care of yourself, and I'll see you behind the lash.